Welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life. What does food mean to you? Tell me in a recorded soundbite of 60 seconds or less, or a post of 50 words or less. Post on social media with hashtag The Maria Liberati Show, or email directly to me at maria@marialiberati.com. And if your soundbite or quotes are selected to be part of an upcoming segment, I will send an autographed copy of my book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, to you as a special thanks. I love having my listeners be part of the show, so please join in. While everyone is doing their best to stay at home and stay healthy, we're dreaming of places far off. And sometimes it is nice to dream about those places. Today we can take a trip, albeit only in our minds, to Ravenna, Italy, a city that was visited by many great minds. Sigmund Freud, upon visiting, said a great harmony Ravenna turned out to be, full of delights, almonds, figs from the tree by the mausoleum of Theodoric, old churches, a museum, the pines of Dante, peaches, wine, and coffee, all blend in magnificent harmony. So Ravenna really is where art meets the sea. It's a city with a story that has been told by many, many literary greats, from Oscar Wilde to T.S. Eliot, Dario Fo, Dante Alighieri, Boccaccio, Machiavelli, and so many more. It's a place that I got to explore for a segment of a TV series that I worked on, and my rejuvenating stay in Ravenna was at a beautiful beach resort. This is truly a beautiful city, full of vibrant colors and timeless Italian culture, a city that makes any tourist feel at home the minute they step foot on a street bustling with the abundance of life. A city where famous artists and minds sought the joys of absolute serenity. Allow me to paint a scene from Ravenna in your head. A group of wide-eyed tourists obsessed with Italian culture venture the streets of Ravenna, maps in hand and trusty travel guidebooks at their side. This is the trip of a lifetime. They marvel at the beauty of the architecture around them, the fresh bay air from the sea and the beaches surrounding them, while they enjoy a short walk through Dante's Pines and past many bicycling their way through. Now, Dante's Pines, by the way, is the perfect relaxing spot for a Shinrin-yoku. That's Japanese for a forest bath. Now, that's not a bath in water, but it's about bathing yourself in nature. That helps one connect with nature and improve one's health and well-being and happiness. Then a walk through the scenic streets of Ravenna and taking in the breathtakingly beautiful mosaics that fill the city and the yellow hues of the buildings that make a contrast to the beautiful blue Ravenna sky. The aroma of a fresh frittata coming from an open window lingers on their noses. As the chef masterfully prepares the exquisite dish, crowds form at the glass window. They can't resist. They have to figure out where this aroma is coming from. They watch in absolute awe as the chef meticulously prepares the dish, and the fragrance captivates their senses. Then, when the chef finishes making the masterpiece, the crowd begins oohing and eyeing as he puts it on display. The chef looks out the window of his restaurant and he has a distant view of the sea and the nearby beach, the clear blue water concentrated, a cotton candy colored sky above as the sun slowly set. This is life in Ravenna, a city dedicated to wellness and filled with Italian culture. But on to the recipe. The recipe again is frittata with parsley. It's a traditional recipe from Ravenna, and this recipe makes a great main course for lunch or dinner or brunch. You can also slice it up and wrap it to go in a piece of parchment or brown paper. It's a great dish for a home picnic as well. This recipe serves 6. These are the ingredients: 10 eggs, a half a cup of grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And it's important to use Parmigiano Reggiano cheese because if the cheese is called Parmesan, it's not the authentic Parmigiano Reggiano. 2 tablespoons of flour, half a cup of milk, a pinch of salt, a large handful of freshly chopped parsley leaves. Separate the eggs. Beat the egg yolks first in one bowl. Then add the grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, flour, and milk to the egg yolks. Add a pinch of salt, and you're going to whisk those with a fork or a wire whisk. Set aside the chopped parsley. In another bowl, beat the egg whites until peaks form. Then fold the egg whites gently into the egg yolks till well blended. Place 3 tablespoons of olive oil in a large sauté pan. Warm the olive oil for just about 1 to 2 minutes. Again, you don't want to boil the olive oil, but you just want it to be warm so that the eggs don't absorb a lot of oil, as they would if you would place them in the pan when the oil is cold. Pour the egg mixture in, keep tilting the pan around until all the eggs and the edges of the eggs are cooked, and then the middle also should be firm. Then place a plate on top of the pan, and carefully, don't get burned, but turn over the frittata onto the plate, and then put the pan back down on the burner. Put the uncooked side of the frittata down first on the pan and let that cook. And when the frittata is firm, you're going to remove it from the burner and then from the pan and serve sprinkled with fresh parsley leaves. Now, if you don't want to do the flipping of the frittata onto a plate, that's a traditional old school thing that my grandparents used to do, and a lot of people, including me, still like to do that. But if you don't feel confident enough to do that, you don't have to. What you can do is use a sauté pan that's oven safe. And when the frittata is firm on the top, instead of flipping it over, you're going to put the sauté pan in the oven and bake it for just a couple of minutes until it's firm, so that you're not going to have to turn it over. Remove it from the oven, remove it from the pan, and garnish with finely chopped fresh parsley. Serve it with some crusty Italian bread or a French baguette or any type of bread that you like, and you have a meal. This is definitely a full meal for 6 people. It's actually a healthy meal, only made up of simple ingredients. Hope you enjoy it, and remember, cooking is never just a recipe. It's the basic art of creating something special from something simple and fresh. Thanks for joining us and listening to the Maria Liberati Show. If you have any recipes that were inspired by Ravenna, Italy, or a favorite frittata you want to show off, take a picture of your homemade favorite dish and hashtag the Maria Liberati Show and post the photo on social media. We'll be gathering pictures and posting on my website in the next few weeks. Thanks to my producer, Britton Roselle. Go to my website, marialiberati.com, to keep up with my blog and the show and my book series, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking. What does food mean to you? Hashtag your answer with hashtag the Maria Liberati Show in a recorded soundbite of 60 seconds or less, or a social media post of 50 words or less, or post a photo of your own homemade parsley frittata and hashtag the Maria Liberati Show. Post on social media or email. If your answers are selected for an upcoming podcast segment or your photos are selected to be on the website, you will receive an autographed copy of my book, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking. Love to hear from you. If you have any questions or ideas for upcoming segments, email me directly at maria@marialiberati.com. Until next time, peace, love, and pasta.